What's up everyone, it's Jambors, new video back from Romania, and today I'll be reacting on some LRT Supernova songs of my pick. Not all of the 10 ones, but let's say the most exposed ones, so I will use the number of views nowadays they have and also my personal pick. So I will start with this one, then I will also talk about some other else like the Ludvig, like Citi Zeni, like Emilija, and maybe one other like Tautumeitas, and maybe one more. Let's see. But first, I really would like to talk about Chris Noah's Romance Isn't Dead. I don't know the performance, but for me, this is one of the best songs this season. Like, this is really one of the best songs this season for me. I'm listening to it every single day, and I think this, if goes to Eurovision, and if this has such a quality as the studio version, has a big potential of becoming a big hit, not just at Eurovision, but also be like everywhere, you know? For me, Eurovision is more like a mainstream for the best mainstream songs which can really resonate to most. I know that lots of you are taking it differently. This is fair. I understand it. I will also get to this. But I'm also interested in stagings because now Supernova released from semifinals those stagings. So it's full performances. And there we will find also who can really able or who is really able to sing their song, perform their songs the way that it resonates. It doesn't mean to be the best song, because performance, staging, and all the complex thing around it, it's a little bit different thing, or a lot different thing actually, than the song itself. So let's do it, but let's start with this Chris Noah, and if you want to skip it, just find your song there, and let's wait for my reaction. Sorry for my English today, I'm like this. Crazy gray weather over here. I needed to use like million slides. Anyway, let's go. Chris Noah, Romance Isn't Dead.
Chris Noah, Romance Isn't Dead.
Okay, let's show me. Nice graphics. I think if the cameras are moving, it would be a little bit better, but they chose this artistic way, okay? And different compositions, nice. And now it's important. Romance isn't dead, yeah. A little bit more live, a little bit more rockish live, but I hope that he will add, like, song-wise it works, he works, better staging needs to really push the atmosphere of the song. More alive. Although he needs a little bit more energy. Alright. So to this I would say 2-3 things. First of all, I'm amazed that the singing is, or the tone of it, like the singing in general, it sounds exactly the same as studio version. It's even better because it's live and it has this element of authenticity in it, which brings even better emotions. But the staging doesn't work this way. Like, and staging is not just about how it looks on stage, but lights, camera edits, camera angles, camera movements, his movements. This all needs more energy. Like, they blinking every time how it should, but everything is blinking. It doesn't really correlate with his energy. It's contradicting. So this comes together also with his performance. Like, his vocal performance is brilliant. His body language, let's say, I don't know how to express it. His expression, his energy. I think this should be like a rocker. Like, imagine Måneskin are doing it. It would be like, you know, he has a song with a tempo, rhythm, everything. It needs to be smile, and needs the charisma, and the eye contact. This, of course, with the beginning being artistic a little bit, I think this is fine, but then it needs to add the energy, and also the band, which is there, needs to feel alive. They all feel they are here like not enjoying it. This is not a good signal, in my opinion. I think they need to be there. This is the 3 minutes or their lifetime. Even if it's not, I need to feel it as a viewer that they are singing for me, and they are expressing me some energy also. So this is a downside. So I would expect much more, especially as I know that the singing is this is no issue. The charisma of the vocal is brilliant. The song works perfectly. But if I can give a constructive criticism, I would say, okay, the staging they chose some artistic thing. So if this won't change, and I doubt that it will somehow change crazily, then it must be the attitude of him. It must be not that I'm going to sing it there in front of you guys. No, I'm going to sing it for television, for maybe millions of people in the future, and I need to sell it. I need to sell all my energy. It's kind of a rock song a little bit, or it has this rockish vibe, especially with the band, and it all must feel super alive. Of course, faster camera angles, faster camera movement, more chaotic, let's say, movement like Swedes are doing it in many of their stagings, would really work out better than this, because it kills the tempo and it doesn't help him, especially if he's not like this. Therefore, I would really think if he is the one for being representative of Latvia at Eurovision. This would be a question mark, because this is something what needs to improve massively. Otherwise, it would be a nice song without a perfect performance, which I think it deserves both. Write me in the comments below what do you think, and let's move on to the other song from Tautumeitas, which is something which I don't like that much in studio version, because I think it has its peak in the half of the song and then it's boring me kind of. But the staging and the live performance can completely change my mind, especially because this is very vocals first song, let's say. Like, this is all the core kind of approach, and I'm very curious about it, so let's do it. Tautumeitas. Burman Laimi. They try. Okay. But it's a good idea. Nice. Okay, this is good. This is again back to something very interesting. The graphical elements, masking. They cannot probably send steady cam there. This is also an issue. I don't know. Okay. Also, this can be done differently better, but they try, okay. And it must be again reflected. It wasn't just with the explosion. I think Tautumeitas rock as the band or group. I have nothing against their performance. I think they perform very well. Like, maybe more than well. It's much more enjoyable than studio version or the versions I saw before. They have enjoyment, they have energy, they have this kind of etheric feeling into it, something specific, something weird maybe, something very local, traditional, but also translatable. The melodically, it speaks to me. So with this, I have zero issues. The staging against kills a little bit of tempo of the song and doesn't narrate it very well. In like, they have the moments, right? The moments when it works perfectly, that they adding something interesting, some interesting idea, like the beginning, which you say like, oh my god, this is very creative. But then they keep in the static, and it looks like the theater. And then they go back to television, and then again the theater, and then again the television. And this is not a constantly well performance by the staging and camera crew. And this is like a criticism of the way how dynamic this song is. You see all this in the background. I need to, if they reflect those little sounds, or they really reflect the tempo of the song a little bit more, not just in special moment, but all the time, to gradate it to with the cameras. They have some little tweaks, and like here and there they are doing it properly, and at some moment they completely stop. Maybe this is like artistic choice, nice. It doesn't work. It doesn't work properly to deliver the tempo. Otherwise, the song, I think, really works. The performance really works. So, two songs, like, I remember when I was doing Latvian national selection, the whole song's full reaction. I was extremely happy about the quality of the whole competition, and that they have many choices by studio versions what to pick and send to Eurovision. I have my favorites, but there are many others who can claim the throne. And Tautumeitas with Burman Laimi, it can be it. And I also think this might be something which is good for the public in semifinals voting only. I just don't know. I think that from those traditional local folk musics kind of things, it lacks some kind of one element which would completely, put it somewhere else. I always think about Goa, how they combine the electro, techno with very traditional music and very traditional approach. Here, I still feel there is a little bit bigger potential, but maybe this is about the song, and maybe this is because of my very subjective feeling. Again, write me in the comments below what you think, but for me, this is one, I like it. I just think it needs to be a little bit, uplifted somehow. Anyway, let's move on, and I think I will go for Ligo from the Ludvig. So let's do it, Perks. So show me what you can do. This is also like techno folk music, right? If I remember it correctly. Vocals? Yeah, could be better a little bit. He's super tall. Because this is, I will tell you after. I don't like actually his part. It doesn't bring anything. Like, he has charisma somehow, but he doesn't have vocal. Nice. More. Now there should be darkness or something. More atmosphere. So basically, this on this song. What the most interesting thing is back vocals, because those ladies are not really they are singing actually. Okay. This is very weird. I will say that I like those folkish parts. Oh, light. Give me a second, guys. See, good that I have second one. I don't know for how long it will stay. Okay, this is weird. I'm sorry for the inconvenience. Anyway, see how light is important, right? Light in the right moment. But this is hard. First of all, I think this song has partly potential and partly delivers nothing. It's combination of two styles which doesn't correlate together that much, which try to be connected a little bit by music. Problem of stagings in general, like this is what takes, staging from so many point of views. It's just what's happening on the stage. From my point of view, staging is combination of performance, singing, camera angles, camera movements, lights, dynamics in the graphics, like everything you can see by your eye and how you see it and what you can also hear. For example, it wasn't reflected there. Your brain is set up the way that if everything works exactly perfectly, you just enjoy the performance. If there is something what doesn't really work that well, there is some kind of emotion which doesn't go through. This was happening in here. And the second thing, what I don't like, what I really don't like, is the performance of the guy. It somehow doesn't fit. It doesn't fit visually. It doesn't fit singing wise. Like the singing is like a standard normal, nothing like we wouldn't talk about this. The girls, they are singing perfectly, but all together as a complex thing somehow doesn't work. It just simply doesn't work together. It doesn't translate to me as a music performance. Maybe I had a very similar issue with the studio version also, but I think this issues even more were visible live in the performance. Not a favorite song from me. I understand that so many of you like it because in general, hardcore Eurovision fans really like this when it's sung in the local language and this. Yes, but although this must be the best of the best, this is, in my opinion, not the thing, and the live performance just proved it. But if this goes through and it's lit up perfectly and all the elements of the songs are enhanced and really shown, it will help the guys on the stage, and I think also they will perform a little bit better. Not the case. but this is something what this is subject of change, right? So maybe also for the finals because they qualified and they are very popular. They already have around 30,000 views. I think this is more, maybe even the most from all of them in here. Let me just check if this is the most so far now. Yes, it seems like, yes. So maybe most popular song by fans and maybe also Latvian fans, even though it wasn't first in their finals or semifinals. But doesn't matter. It's a contender. If they improve a lot, I think it will just bring in completely different atmosphere and really would help. And let's move on to Citi Zeni, Ramtai. This was this funny song which I kind of very liked.
Ramtai.
Citi Zeni, Ramtai. They were representing Latvia already, and they didn't make it to the finals. No, see how light works immediately. Good. You can feel. Okay. Again, it could be a little better. They can, from time to time they do it right, and from time to time they like forget, like half work done, you know. Oh, I remember this guy. The most, I think, from last time. He has completely different atmosphere. Good. Like, it would be better that also the main guy has it, you know, already on himself. He doesn't like kind of work there, like it doesn't belong, you know. If I compare it to the energy to the rapper guy. Nice ending. They should cancel the light completely. Okay, those are details. I expected more. I expected more energy. The staging again, halfly good, halfly lit. Like they do amazing work at some fragment, and they should just replicate what they do somewhere else. And like no one wants to do it. Like if it's too much, no. Like keep the tempo. It's 3 minutes. I need 3 minutes being full power in. There is no time for me to feel like no, all the time, every second completely filled, and you have so many instruments how to do it. The main singer, I think, doesn't have such a power, charisma maybe for this song to really fit with those guys, especially when then you compare it to the rap part, which is absolute energy, which I think works amazingly well, and it feels, and then you can see him there doing like this and that somehow doesn't belong, right? Make him belong more, maybe also by costume, make him be also a little bit more crazy. I know maybe he's not singing about it, but I don't know it. Eurovision audience will not know it also, and he must feel, it must all feel part of it, like one crazy party, and it feels like partly, you know, again, half there, but now I feel that this is the general issue of how it's shot, how it's filmed. So just simply musically, I like the song. Vocally, so. And but the energy on stage again wasn't that great. I expected really much more. I expected more somehow. They tried, but the expectations kind of for such a song are hard. It must be like that must blast your mind out. Basically, it didn't happen. In the comments below, if it happened for you or this is your thing, I'm curious. No hate again, you know. I try to be constructive. I have a favorite, but I'm not really. I don't care who's gonna win. Somebody will win. This is Latvian thing. It's their thing. Who they will let them represent, and let's hope for the best. But this is not something I want to decide. I want to think about. I'm rather would be like if it's amazing music. And speaking about amazing music, I think Emilija Heartbeat was one of the ones which I really loved. So let's do it. Emilija and the song Heartbeat.
Heartbeat.
You see how when the light just replicate beat. Oh, but the vocal is flying. And not the perfect vocal. It's a stress. How it would be at the Eurovision. But the vocal is not good. You can hear it in those parts. Like Random Lights, I'm too critical on this, you know, but it's a performance for Eurovision. Nice. Underwhelming. Underwhelming, I would say. Such a song must, because it's repetitive. It feels repetitive also on stage. I think she helped, like, I don't know. I think vocally this must be perfection. I immediately get in my head Snap, the song, which was brilliant hit, worldwide hit, one of the biggest Eurovision ever had, and the performance wasn't really good. And I know some people are saying like, yes, but people don't know what quality is. She was like 20. It's like, yes, the performance wasn't good. That doesn't mean the song is not good. The song was really good, but we need also great performances. And I now see whenever I hit the table, everything shakes. Anyway, this is the reality. I expected more. I wasn't delivered more, and there is a huge space of improvement. Again, the staging could help her much more, especially with the lights, because they need to really follow the strongest beat. For example, how they did with her vocal or with the heart. It comes also with the guitar. It comes also with the beat. They always do it in the beginning, then they forgot about it, like Random Lights. No, don't do the work properly. Like the artist needs to do the work on stage. Everybody else must do the work around it perfectly, and it's programmable. So this actually, with the lights, I know that with cameras it can be harder because this is like manpower, but lights are programmed on the music, on the click. So that there is no excuse for it, and it takes me off of the music, because when the beat is like but the lights is doing, brain is, the brain suffers. I don't like it. Anyway, like, I wouldn't say extremely negative thing about the song or something like this, no, but bigger expectations for somebody who should represent the country, in my opinion. I'm curious then about the results. I need to watch it. So was there somebody else I really want to see? Let me check. Okay, Marta Lavebla, I know that she didn't make it, but let's see who made it. Eurovision World. Let's see, national selections. Latvia, Supernova. Markus Riva made it. Synergia, Palu. Bel Tempo and Legzdina, The Water, they made it. Okay. So let's listen to them, because that was also one of my favorite songs.
Bel Tempo and Legzdina.
Legzdina.
The Water.
Pardon. The Water. Okay, she does this. I think the red color should also do a little bit. Immediately it would help that something is doing this with like light element. Who's programming those lights and cleaning the floor? Very nice little story, So it's possible. A random spiral of blue light. No, you could do it better. Help them a little bit more. What is it? Okay, this is a very chilled song. I love it. It has the proper atmosphere, from those guys. This song needs a better ending. The song needs a better ending. I think so far I like it the most from the performances, because unless those lights, it was so simplistic in general and so into it, and I believed in artists that they use those nice shots, close-ups, narrative, create a little stories between those two. also the guy on the keys. That somehow very worked. It didn't try to be something special, yet it was the most special in my opinion, because so far they were the only one who really transferred me the proper energy. And if somebody who's doing lights there beats a little bit, supports this beat, because it's not just about I see it, I need to hear, I need more visual. It just works, like every single movie, when you see the movements, you can you can hear every single movement, but you will feel it when there is missing, right? When there's something missing. And here again, if they a little bit, every beat, it doesn't need to be big change, it just needs to a little bit. I might show you. Anyway, in some next video, or watch my social media, maybe I will put something there, because I think this song deserves to be enhanced a little bit, and I think it will be also easy for me to do. Okay, who else made it? Write me in the comments below how do you like it. But for me, this is the big surprise, and I liked the song before, and I like it also live very much. So we have some others, how they were. Those Bel Tempo, they won. No, this is the final lineup. But how do I know who was from the first position? We don't know it, they didn't tell them probably. Okay. But this is all I want to see and hear. I'm not too much into the other songs anyway. Write me if you want something specific, if you enjoyed this, but I think this video is long enough anyway. If all those stagings are done better, the performances will look better, obviously. But there are little details which needs to be worked on. It would really help. In some cases, in my opinion, like Ligo, I think they need to a little bit synchronize together. They don't look like they're together there. It's somehow weird. That doesn't work on me. This is just probably not my thing. Tautumeitas, they need more constant, proper staging wise, because it's going from the amazing to average. That never work. Like if you set up the bar here, you need to continue here. There is no other way. Chris Noah, this is a brilliant song, needs better performance, if not from staging itself, from himself. They all must be more alive. This is what I would recommend. And Citi Zeni, this somehow doesn't work live on me. Even they tried with the staging and so on. It can be done more faster. It must be faster with cameras and so on. I need to feel the party from them, and it's not complete. Bel Tempo, Legzdina, this is almost complete. I like it. Emilija, this for me, I think this is the biggest. I expected much more, and during the performance, I felt very underwhelmed from it. Actually, honestly, it's not the thing. And the rest is not songs I would really support that much, even though I don't say this right normally, but I'm not even that interested to watch them. So if you are interested for my reaction on them, I will do it. Maybe I missed something amazing. Maybe some of them will win, and then I will react on it for sure. But if you insist, I will do it. If you don't insist, just write me in the comments below how do you enjoyed it, if you agree with me or not. Become a member if you want to see exclusive content, and also you can support me with this a little bit more. And that's it. Watch my other videos and see you next time. Thank you for watching. Bye.